Hello, 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 everyone. It's Dr. Tamar Beckwith with Your Caring Docs. That's right, where we help our busy professional women put themselves first for at least 2 hours a month. Why? 730 hours in a month. You can dedicate to yourself. So today we are going to go over a very important portion of self-care and putting yourself first, right? But before, this is just the teaser. I'm going to bring in one of my awesome docs. Docs Who Cares right here on our wonderful podcast, right? Because our doc is going to drop gems. Biggest thing is she's going to leave her info. So you'd like to be a part of her team or a client of hers, you'll know where to find her, right? That's right. So our doc today is boom. One of our docs who she did her training in internal medicine, right, in Texas Tech at the University of Health Sciences. She has been practicing for over 30 years and she is now a retired hospitalist. But as all my docs, when they stop, they don't stop. They just elevate, right? So she went and she got trained and she's certified a life coach, right? She is living in Hawaii. Hashtag we're jealous, but that's okay, right? She's living on the big island of Kona. She is the CEO and founder of YB Wellness Coaching, where she's helping women be financially empowered, right? That will lead you to live the best life possible. That's right. You're going to live your best life possible, right? And like I said, she is the CEO and founder of YB Wellness Coaching. Why? Because if you have a pulse, you can be coached, right? So welcome, 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 Dr. Yashoda Bhaskar.
Hi, Dr. Beckford. So good to be here.
Thank you for stopping by. Wow.
I love this.
So, Dr. Bhaskar, we love to get to know all of our wonderful docs because I know you're going to take excellent care of these people in one of the wonderful pillars of lifestyle medicine. And like I said, it is about finances. Yes, ladies, finances. Something that's going to stress you out if you don't know how to do it properly. And so we are going to make sure that you are in great hands with Dr. Bhaskar, right? So Dr. Bhaskar, tell us, before we get into the money aspects, let's just find out what made you decide to go into medicine in the first place.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, Dr. Beckford, and hi to your audience. I love doing these interviews and podcasts and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I grew up in India in a fairly typical middle-class family, and I half joke, that my parents had decided that I was going to be a doctor even before I was conceived. So that's how it started for me. Mm-hmm. Everybody in my family had tried to go into medicine, multi-generations, and I'm proud to say I was the first one to break that glass ceiling. And I'm the first physician in my whole extended family among hundreds of cousins. Wow. That's how it started for me. Yes.
Wow, that must have been so wonderful. Okay, so the day you got in, let's just talk about that day.
Oh my God. Yes, I still remember I was just 17, because in India, we don't futz around, right? It's like,
right.
And then you go straight.
You decided, yep, we're heading right in there.
Exactly. So I remember actually going in to collect my results. That's how it was done in those good old days. That was before the times of online. And I almost didn't get in because it looked like I hadn't quite made the grade. But apparently that year, everybody hadn't quite made the grade, sort of like, right. And then we realized a couple of days later that I actually got in. And yes, it was a thrilling moment. I felt like I had made all the dreams come true of so many people in my family. And yeah, it was really amazing.
I'm hearing this and I can feel like the excitement, the joy, tears of joy and just celebration. Like, yes, you did
it. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, that wonderful day came, you did the extensive training of medicine. And then you did, the extensive training of internal medicine. And, you practiced as an internal medicine hospitalist for many, many years. And then you retired. And then you're like, you know what? I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to step it up a little bit. And then you went into lifestyle medicine. So tell us how that decision came about.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a pretty long journey, actually. I
Mhm.
was actually a stay-at-home mom for a while in Kuwait while my husband was working,
Mhm.
and that made it really challenging to get back here and get into a residency. So, against all odds, I made it, and
Because you're a star. Look at
I guess I'm very persistent and stubborn when I put my head to some things, right? And I think that's very common among physicians and other high achieving professionals. So when
Absolutely.
I started my job as a hospitalist, I was really happy, right? It was a culmination of so many dreams coming true. I
Mhm.
loved my patients. My patients loved me. I mean, it was just like the honeymoon period was blissful. But
Right.
unfortunately, as I'm sure many people know, things are changing in healthcare, and
Mhm.
administrative burdens and frustrations got too much. And so, with really a lot of sorrow in my heart, I felt like I couldn't keep working in that environment. But in about 2016, 2017, when I was going through probably the third round of burnout or moral injury, whatever you want to call it, I
Mhm.
came across the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. I was looking for CMEs actually for conferences, and one of my friends mentioned it, and
Mhm.
I was blown away. I think I've been to like 6 conferences, and I was just blown away by the evidence that supports lifestyle medicine, because we're
Absolutely.
not taught this, right?
Mhm.
And just the power of eating plant-based, exercising, sleep, getting good sleep, rest, stress reduction, the need for connection, and of course avoiding harmful substances. It was just like, oh, these are the basics, and we should focus on this. So I actually started the Facebook group. I don't think too many people know that, but I actually started a Facebook group for lifestyle medicine physicians. So I'm sort of the founder of that group. We
Wow.
have close to 3,000, maybe more physicians in that group now. And
Mhm.
then last year with COVID, I saw how much stress was going on and anxiety, and I wanted to get my board certification in lifestyle medicine. So
Mhm.
I organized a big study group, got people a bunch of discounts, and we had and anyway, passed the boards. So I'm also lifestyle medicine board certified. So that's how that came about.
Wow. And making sure, I love it that you're bringing the group with you. You didn't just go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to do this. You saw the need for it and you started the group. And then a lot of people started to notice, like, yeah, this is something that I want to do too. I want to help. I want to be part of this movement where we are helping our, not just our patients, but our colleagues, because a lot of us need that help, right? And boom, almost all 3,000, we'll just put that number out there, are getting board certified in lifestyle medicine and helping those of us out there who are suffering from not just the burnout, the moral injury, but also all the afflictions that just happens with being alive, getting older, and also, some of us married, parents, working under stressful environments, just
Yes.
overall, it all takes a
Mhm.
toll. But now we're going to go over one of the pillars of lifestyle medicine and, finances. Now, a lot of people don't like to talk about money. Oh, money's just evil. I know, Dr. Bhaskar. Why are you talking about money? We should just do this from the kindness of our hearts. And you shouldn't talk about money. let us know why that makes no sense. So let's go into this pillar of lifestyle medicine, which is finances.
Absolutely. So, the official ACLM, the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, only talks about 6 pillars, right? The
Mhm.
ones that I already mentioned. And so while I was doing my studying for my boards, and, I saw a lot of anxiety and stress, even amongst physicians last year with COVID, because they were needing to, take a pay cut, or they were being furloughed, or they couldn't do electives. And I thought, this is strange. Like, we're, reasonably high income earning professionals, and yet we have sort of the same anxiety as our patients even, right? And I thought, I have never in the 30 years taking care of patients, I have never asked a patient about their financial situation. Like, I'm writing this prescription for you. Can you afford it?
Mhm.
What's going on at home? Oh, you have 3 jobs. You're a single mom. We
Mhm.
never go there.
Mhm.
And then what came to me was, hell, I haven't done my own money work myself. Who am I to preach?
Yes, yes.
Right? And so that's kind of where I started going in that direction. And I was at that time also getting my ICF certification as a life coach. It's a 6-month program. And I thought, what would be a good place to focus? And I thought money and finances, especially with women, because exactly like you said, money is taboo. It's confusing. None of us gets any sort of really education. And I'm not talking about the math of money, and I'll come to that. I'm talking about the psychology of money, right? Like it is the inner work that needs to happen first before we start putting things into practice. I love the human mind and how our minds work and emotions and feelings and all of that. So I went looking, with Dr. Google, of course, and I found this amazing certification program. So I'm also a certified money coach. So I actually have 2 certifications. I'm not just shooting things out of,
the air, right? Not just snatching it just out of the air and just like, right. Oh, here it is.
Exactly, because I wanted a formal way to help people. I didn't want to just be sort of going out there and like figuring it out. And it was a 16-week program, and I got to do my own money work. And exactly what you said, especially amongst helping professionals, whether it's doctors, nurses, social workers, and women, right? We just have this sort of like weirdness around money. I don't even know how else to explain it.
No, it really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
A weirdness about, number one, you might have the finances say, okay, well, I need to get all these finances in order. But then if you have reached a certain probably level of income, then your finances are there, but you might not be thinking about it as strictly as if you are living right on the border, right? But then even a lot of people who go to professional schools, they have the big bad loan that's sitting there like, hi, I'm so glad that you're earning, but don't forget about me.
Yes.
And that's an additional source of stress. So as you mentioned, when the pandemic hits and you're hearing, oh, you're going to get a 10% reduction in your pay or even more, or I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go on furlough. High income, the level of stress just escalated. So
absolutely,
that's why what you're doing is so important.
Yeah. I recently had the privilege and honor and opportunity to be on a global ending physician burnout summit. And there were 55 plus speakers, including Ariana Huffington. She was the keynote speaker. So I was like blown away that I happened to be on a panel of speakers like this.
Huffington Post, Ariana Huffington.
Right? Yeah. I was the only speaker who made the connection and talked about burnout and finances. Only speaker among 55 speakers, right? And I did my research, obviously, like you do on such a big platform. And I basically went into Medscape. Medscape does these surveys every year or so. And it was the stats around financial stress is really shocking. It's the number 1 or number 2 cause for stress across the border. There have been studies in the financial journals that it's the number 1 or number 2 cause for divorces, right? Relationships get affected by money issues. And we don't talk about it. So it's like the perfect storm. It's the elephant in the room that we just don't know how to address. So that's what my program is really about. Like people say, what is your program about? And it's kind of hard to explain, but
because it's still the elephant in the room.
It is the elephant in the room. Exactly. Right. And I'm like, listen, you start there. We look at your money behaviors. We look at your thoughts. What do you believe about money? Do you believe it's evil? Do you believe it doesn't grow on trees? We hear these things from grandma and mom, right, as we're growing up. And then they become part of our subconscious behavior because we don't examine this. And so then it's like, oh, I want money, but then does that make me a greedy person? Right.
No, that is so valid right there, because if you've often been taught that money is the root of all evil, when you do start to earn, are you now the mindset is, well, I'm earning. Does that mean that I am part of the root of evil that's out there? Then what do? You self-sabotage. Well, why would you want to
Exactly.
continue to earn if you feel that it's affiliated with you being evil, right? That's the
Exactly.
thought.
Exactly. And as you know, what I believe truly, with maybe some exceptions, is what money allows you to do is actually become an even better version of yourself, right? When money goes into the right people's hands, and I really, I have nothing against men. I have three men in my life, my two sons and my husband, and they're amazing. But
Mhm.
there is something about how women relate to money. When we get money in our hands, we can do like Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, she's giving away. She's just like literally giving away billions of dollars, right?
Mhm.
To enhance the world. We tend to want to bring people up with us for the most part, right?
Mhm.
So, but then we have these hang-ups. And again, there's an empowerment that comes with being financially, free, if you will, because that's what happened in my life. See, I was able to walk away from my job when I was a primary breadwinner. And for a long time, like I said, I'd never done my money work. I had no clue how much do I need in the bank before I can quit, right? And so I kept working and working and working like a martyr, right? Like, oh my God, the whole
Yes.
world is on my
Like I'm
shoulders.
tired, but I need to keep working.
Yes, because my family depends, blah, 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 right? We
Mhm.
tell these stories to ourselves. But when I realized, literally, finally, I understood I don't need a ton of money. I know how I can stretch a dollar. I'm from India, after all. And I don't
Yes.
need millions to retire. And I'm miserable. This is not the life I want. It gave me the power to make a choice, right?
Absolutely.
It gave me the power to walk away from an extremely lucrative job and follow my heart and do what I want, which is
Mhm.
help other women feel equally empowered. Now, I'm not saying everybody should quit medicine. I want to be
No.
very clear about that, right?
No, what you're saying is they should feel empowered and that stress from finances should not be there. The
Yes,
weight of the world because of a financial stress is what you are helping them to get off
yes,
their shoulders, right?
yes.
That light feeling of knowing that you will be okay. And this is not one of the things you have to worry about.
Exactly, exactly. And it's not just physicians. I mean, I have women clients who are not physicians. I have, and the reality of it is we show up very differently.
Absolutely.
We're able to look at the vast arrays of skills, the God-given skills we have that we can figure out how to monetize if we get out of our way first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Can you imagine when your mind is organized, how many skills that you have within you that you forgot? What about when you sit back and you think about when I was a teenager, I was really good at this. But, I was told that that's not something that you can ever earn from, right? So you
Right.
put that aside.
Hmm.
But it made you so happy.
Yes. Yes.
So now you can bring that back into the forefront. Maybe you don't have to be like the rest of us. It's like, what is a hobby? Because you're just continuously just working.
Right, right. What comes to mind is that Japanese principle of ikigai, right? Those intersecting circles, which is find what people want from you, find what you love to do,
Mhm.
and what you get paid for,
Mhm.
right? It's that combination
Yeah.
that brings meaning and purpose and joy in life. I mean, even in Ikigai, they're so practical. They're talking about find something you can get paid for that you enjoy, love,
Really.
and love doing, and that also serves people at the same time. And honestly, Tamara, at this point, I finally found my Ikigai, right? Because there was that one piece missing later on in medicine for me. I was helping people, I was
Mhm.
making money, but I wasn't happy.
Mhm.
Right now, I found that third piece, and this is what I coach. I'm like, I don't care who you are, seriously, and I say that with fun, kind of half joking. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
If you have a pulse and you're willing to change, I can coach you. You can be a man, a woman, doesn't matter, because I'm seeing the power of coaching in this. Right? Is
Absolutely.
bringing your ikigai out. How do we do that? And we kind of usually can't do it on our own because we have blind spots. We get in our way. We have fears.
Absolutely.
All
and
of
our
this,
mind.
right?
Sometimes
And our mind
gets in our way. Oh, what are you talking about? Why do you think that you can do it? That's only for those people who are, and then fill in the blank, who have done that training, who have that type of education, who live at that portion of the world, who live at that, right? There's so many. So once you can get, like you said, the coaching helps to bring that into your awareness and just push it out of the way. And next thing you know, all three concepts, the ikigai, is what I said, full force, no stopping you. So tell us, you as a coach, being on the other side and seeing your clients flourish, could that imagine?
I'll tell you, after having worked as a hospitalist where I'm literally saving people's lives, right? Congestive heart failure, strokes, MIs, it would bring me so much joy. I'm like, yes, I didn't think anything could surpass that. Honestly, I really didn't think. When I finish a session with my clients, I don't know who is higher, is them or me. Like, really. I'm like, maybe I should be paying them so that because they're allowing me to coach them. Women have gone out there and they're just like blasting the world, right? They come in just somewhat timid, not sure. They have all these ideas. And I don't coach just around money. I want to be very clear. I do general life coaching. I coach physicians. I'm part of CFI, where we're taking coaching into vast hospital systems and other large medical groups, because I'm also passionate about burnout, as I said. Absolutely. With the money coaching, though, you can literally see them starting to say, I can do this. I am a woman with so much talent, skill, intelligence, power. I work hard. I'm resilient. I just need to stop thinking stupid things that are not helpful. Period.
And probably aren't true.
Not true. Yes. That's exactly what I show them. I challenge them constantly, right? Because let's think about the neuroanatomy and sort of, how we are wired, right? Our brain has one function, Dr. Beckford, one function. And you know what that is? To keep us safe so that we don't die. It's all about survival. That's really what our brain can. You want to be somebody smart, brilliant, world famous. Your brain doesn't really give a crap about that. I'll be honest.
It's just like, am I going to survive? That's all I really care.
That's why these fears come up, right? Our thoughts are like, oh, you're fine where you are. Why would you want to do this? What if this didn't happen? What if you fail? What if people laugh at you? What will people say? My brain did all of that. Trust me. My brain is just like anybody else's brain, right? But if you had told this 15, 16, 17-year-old girl in India who didn't even know how to talk to another guy, right? I was a very sheltered, awkward, upbringing, that I would be in Hawaii and I would be talking at a global summit with like Ariana Huffington. And I would have laughed and fallen off the chair. I'd be like, I don't know what you're smoking, girl. You're not talking about me, right? Right. And it was all about mindset. It's all about the mind. And that's what coaching is. It's basically changing how you think so that you can go out there and just show up in your glory.
Absolutely. I call it conquer the world.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. I've seen the power of coaching. And let's talk to those who are out there who are just like, I don't know what this is. What is it? Foo-foo. I have a best friend. That's what my best friends are for. There's a difference.
Yes. Big time. Because here's the thing with coaching, right? So first of all, that's why I went and got certified. Like a lot of people, you can become a coach. Anybody can literally start, not even have a website, hang a shingle, say I'm a coach, right? And I have nothing against that. Me as a physician with all these certifications decided to become an ICF certified coach because I realized there are certain competencies and a certain way of conducting myself that I still didn't have, even though I've been a physician for 30 some years, right? Because most of us physicians, we're experts in the room. We go in there and we tell people, hey, I see this is what's going on with you, and here's what I recommend. Coaching is not that. If you go very strictly according, this core competencies, the first core competency of International Coaching Federation is professional ethics. There's a code of conduct that needs to be followed. And we all actually take a pledge to do that. What I really tell people coaching is I hold up a mirror, right? I hold up a mirror. You get to express your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, your dreams, your hopes, whatever it might be. And then it's like looking at cards on a table, right? You put all your cards out on the table and you go, that thought actually did make sense. When we express it in a container, a framework, right? Deep listening, powerful questioning, not giving advice, right? But also being very, how should I put it? There's an objectivity that comes in that you cannot get with your family and friends. Your family and friends just want the best for you. Like when I talk to my sister and I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I should just stay retired and, lay on the beach. And she'll be like, oh, honey, you worked so hard all your life. Why are you continuing to do it? Nobody's asking you to do it. You know what my coach says? She's like, are you kidding me? No, right? She holds the flag when I'm ready to give up, right? Because we go through that as humans. When things become hard, we want to run away. Like, who wants to do the hard work?
And that's the part, right? Especially when you're into something new. Ooh, that brain. Like, hey, am I going to survive? I don't know if I'm going to survive this. This is what your brain automatically says. No, maybe we shouldn't. Okay, let's just stay where we are.
Exactly. And, the other interesting thing is people who are really close to you and love you. I don't know, Tamara, if you've gone through any really major change in your life and they look at you like, she's changing. They get threatened. They're like, I don't like you. I like the old you. Like, why do you need to change? My husband, they made fun of me last year, coach, right? And now they're like, whoa, she's actually helping and changing lives. So I couldn't depend on my family when I was going through my own self-doubt, and I went through that. I'm like, am I doing the right thing? Am I going to get clients? Am I really making a difference in people's lives? And that's when my coach held it for me, right? I hold the dream. I put it in a box. This is what I tell my clients. We're on a journey together. We're going to create this beautiful, diamond, whatever, right? And we're going to put it in this beautiful box because there are going to be times you're going to forget that that's what you want to create. I'm the holder of your dreams in this box. And that's what I do. I'm like, honey, I know what you're going through and you feel like you don't want to do it, but let's go back and look at that dream again. So get them motivated again, get them more accountable. And so it's very different from talking to a best friend or your family or whatever.
Absolutely. No, and it's powerful to the 10th, 100th, or maybe to the infinite power. It is so powerful because when you start to look back at where you were, because that's one of the things with change, right? Especially when it's happening, you forget that you changed. And others might look at you from afar and say, wow, you are changing. But you can sometimes be so caught up that you forget. And then, as you say, when the brain, you're ready to make an additional change and your brain just says, okay, well, we just did all of this. Can we just stop? You're making me nervous. I'm trying to survive here. Like we when you look back and you see what you've accomplished, it is very powerful, especially in a short period of time. It's I think that one of the things about coaching, as someone who is being coached, is that the time seems to just be infinitely passes by, because what you think has accomplished that you've accomplished you said, oh man, this probably has taken me a good 3 to 5 years. And you look back and you realize that 3 to 5 years of mind blocking thoughts, you broke it down in 3 months and you have moved forward. And had you not, you would have still continued with those thoughts and you would have still been in the area. And as we even mentioned, that stress that comes along with it, right? That additional stress. I am not XYZ. This is not for me. This is for them who are on that side of the world or who have that type of training, It is very
I do
powerful.
want to talk about two costs when we're thinking. As a money coach, I have to bring it up because
Absolutely.
I talk about money, and I talk about it in a very sort of normal way. There's no
Mhm.
sort of
It's
sleaziness
not
about it.
bad. Yes.
Here's the thing: if you don't take action, right? So you've tried to do something 3 to 5 years, maybe a year or two, and you haven't gotten where you want to get to
Hmm.
because money is, people say, oh, coaching sounds great, but it's quote unquote too expensive. I've had that, right?
Absolutely.
What is the cost of not getting coached? What is the opportunity cost?
Hmm.
Let's say you're a business person and you're like, I'm not going to get a coach. I'm going to try and figure this out on my own. There are people who have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of paying somebody maybe a couple $1,000s, whatever it takes to
Hmm.
get to where you need to get to efficiently, quickly, smartly, with the least amount of drama. So, cost of money and time. None of us
Absolutely.
lives here forever, man.
Yes.
As a hospitalist, I saw death every freaking single day of my life.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I swore to myself, I don't know how long I have left on this earth, right? None of us know. But at the end, if I have the cognition at that point, I want to be able to look back and say, damn it, man, I lived an amazing life. I
Yes.
didn't let money stop me. I didn't let time stop me. And I definitely didn't let my brain stop me.
Right. Absolutely. No, when you're finished,
Yeah.
you say
What
like,
is the
your
cost
cup
of
is
not having stress?
yes.
Right? Like, what is the cost? Is there a price to that? To living a life without stress? There is no price to that. And it
Absolutely.
opens up your ability to go do things that brings you joy and that will bring you money. That's the
Yes.
ROI on getting coached.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said it. You said it. And like we said, if you have a pulse, you can be coached.
Pulse and also wanting change, Dr. Bedford,
Yes.
I'll be honest. I mean, I do assess for that. And also I want to say one more thing. If you're needing therapy, coaching does not replace therapy. Let's be very cautious around that. If you
Absolutely.
have depression, severe anxiety, panic attacks, and those sort of things, you must have therapy. Please
Mhm.
don't think coaching is going to
It's
solve all of
therapy. Yeah.
that.
Coaching is not therapy. Coaching is what it says. It's coaching, right? That's just like if we really would think about our athletes are trying to improve and so that they can be better. Now, if they have an injury, that's not right. The injury needs to be treated. The
Exactly.
coaching helps to improve the athlete's stamina and
I love
their
that example.
so absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, wow. We've pulled a lot. And I feel like we can sit down here forever. I might even just jump on the plane and come down and sit down next to you and really continue this
Hang
conversation.
out at the beach, man.
Right? I'm telling you, no, this is wonderful. But for those who are sitting there listening now, let's find out what do you do for self-care? What are you doing now? I mean, you're in Hawaii. Okay, I know.
I'll tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
if it hadn't been for self-care, I don't think I would have even survived this long. I mean, I hit rock bottom
Right.
multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I believe in the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it, right? The
Mm-hmm.
very first house, the very first job, the YMCA was right opposite my house. Like literally I could walk across. And that's when I started regularly exercising. I just started going to yoga classes, and that's when Zumba was still coming out. I'm like, this looks like fun. I'm not a dancer. I have two left feet, but I'm going to go check out this class.
Right.
I still do Zumba to this day,
Oh,
22 years later. Any gym, if there's a Zumba class, I'm
you're
in
in
there.
there. Like, okay, look to your left or look to your right. Remember, man, school, look to your left, look to your right. Well, we'll find out a Bhaskar Zumba in one of those places. Love it.
Right, that's right. So I've always put that ahead because I realized that's what I needed to do to do the very difficult job I had as a physician, as a mom, as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, like all
Lots
of these
of
things, right?
titles.
Exactly. So yoga, Zumba, Massages. Don't ever take massages away from me. I used to get them at least once a month. Now I'm in Hawaii. Sometimes I even do twice a month. Ooh, can you believe that? Right? I have no shame in saying I need this to be happy and peaceful and joyous and show up as this great human being, because we can, right? I've been having some issues with like postmenopausal sleep stuff, and I'm started getting acupuncture. It seems to be helping me. So I do that. I'm not a great water person, which sounds crazy. What a waste Hawaii is on me.
You're right by the ocean. Come on.
Right by the ocean. I know. So I do go to the ocean. I do, get in there and like let the honu, the turtle, swim around my feet, and I stay about, thigh, or I sit in the water. I'm not a great swimmer. And it just gives me joy to be in that, and nature, of course, right? Hiking, forest bathing, meditation. I'm a certified meditation instructor as well. Everything that has to do, I'm a self-care junkie.
No, it's so important. As you mentioned, though, had you not invested in that, the 3 pillars or portions in your life where it was the darkest, you probably would have had a harder time getting through it. One was being self-aware that, hey, I am going through a dark period. But 2 is also having these in your arsenal to help to get you through.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Yes. We're talking about, not just relaxation. So we're doing yoga, we're Zumbaing, we're doing meditation. You're also getting your massage and then getting acupuncture to help, with the transition through menopause. And, you're having turtles swim around your feet. I mean, okay, I'm not jealous. Okay. But you have this wonderful, plethora of things. And you also have meditation, which you do because you're certified, and then you also participate in. So, one of the aspects I love about our interview is just how much of an impact that you have on others while they have that even tenfold impact on you. And that's the beauty of, doing what you're doing and doing coaching. And like you said, your clients, you think that they think that you're helping them. If they would know how much in your heart you're so fulfilled and your cup, like we'd say, the cup runneth over at the end of your journey with them, or even as you're going through the journey. It's just wonderful. Right now I kind of feel like there are probably some people here who are listening and they're like, hey, you know what? I need to know, because she's talking about cup runneth over and this wonderful journey of finances and feeling great. And she's just really broke down this whole coaching period. I want to be with her, and I need what she's having, and I need her to give me through that portion of life, because I recognize that it's not therapy that I need, but I want to improve upon myself. Tell these people where they can find you.
Okay, well, I have a website, and I'll probably change my domain name to something easier, but right now it's YashodaBhaskarMD.com. So I know it's a long name and hard to pronounce, and at some point I will change the domain, but it is YashodaBhaskarMD.com.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
And they can find me on Instagram. They can find me on Facebook. They can send me an email. I do offer a free sort of assessment / clarity call. So if they have any questions, they just want to jump on, have a quick chat and see if I can help them. I'm never salesy. I'm going to be super honest here, because I really feel like the right people find me, and I don't have to sell myself. I'm just like, this is who I am. This is where I am. And if it gels with you, let's work together. Let's figure out how I can help you. And like you said, how I can learn from you. I learned so much from my clients too. They're amazing women and men. I've actually had men clients who I actually really love working with them. It's just so different and so fun. And that's why I say, if you have a pulse and you're looking for a coach
and your mind is open,
yes, mind has to be open. Yes.
You can be elevated. Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. All right. So last question before we sign off is that we're finding all this thing about you, but we wanted to know if you weren't a doctor, what would you be?
A coach. Yeah, when I was young, I think I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher, actually.
You've had a couple
Yes,
docs
I
who say
still,
that.
yes, I still love children, and I'm looking for like volunteer opportunities to sort of like help younger beings. And I think I'll be going out to schools and talking to some of them
Mhm.
because, our children have been through so much chaos in this last year or two. It's just, in those developmental years, what they have had to go through is really, really hard. But if I had to be, I think I was always meant to be a coach.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. This was so awesome. I had a fantastic time, and I'm pretty sure that those who are listening had a fantastic time too. So, I see you're probably out there, and like I said, you're listening and you're like, whoa, why are they having so much fun? That's because we only have awesome people on. That's why we always have so much fun. We have awesome docs who cares, right? Who stop by this Your Caring Docs podcast. So if you are listening and you would love to be a client of Dr. Bhaskar, then, you go to it's Yashoda Bhaskar MD.com, right? And you can find her on Instagram, Facebook. Can they also find you on LinkedIn if they would like?
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. So they'll be able to you can find her on all of those channels, and you can make that, discovery call. Call her, see if she can help you to uplift your life, because that's what coaching does. Like we say, if you're an athlete, you wanted to improve your performance, you get a coach. If you're in life and you want to improve your performance also, then, that's what the coaching does. Alrighty, I'm Dr. Tamara Beckford with Your Caring Docs, and you can find us wonderful episodes wherever you do listen to your podcast. That's on Apple, Spotify, and also on Google. And this wonderful episode will be available on our YouTube channel. That's right. That's YouTube/Your Caring Docs, URCARINGDOCS. Thank you guys for listening and for watching. We will see you next time. Thank you, Dr. Bhaskar.
Thank you, Dr. Beckford. That was so much fun.
Yes, I had a great time too. Right. Bye-bye.